Good afternoon. I'm Alexis Ringwald. I'm the co-founder and CEO of LearnUp. We are a hip Silicon Valley technology startup trying to revolutionize job skills training. Prior to LearnUp, I co-founded a clean energy company that was successfully acquired. I'm here today to talk about how to solve America's skills gap. Last year, I spent 6 months in the unemployment lines researching why America was falling behind. My generation is increasingly referred to as Generation Jobless. About 53% of recent college graduates are jobless or underemployed. And I was just really confused about this. There's this mass of young people who are not getting the skills employers need, and they're not getting hired. And when I talked to the employers, I learned that about 1 in 2 employers is saying that that there is a skills gap. They can't find workers with the right skills that they're looking for. I found it perplexing. There are plenty of job training options out there. There are community colleges and for-profit colleges training hundreds of thousands of people, online, offline, vocational institutions. So the options are out there, and yet still there's this gap between what the employers are seeking and the skills that people actually have. It just wasn't making sense to me. So what I realized in spending time in the unemployment lines was that this model is completely broken, as is this PowerPoint deck. So the model is completely broken. Next. Yes, the model is broken. And the reason why it's broken is that there's 3 main reasons. One is the obvious. There's this rise in the cost of education, and it's unsustainable, and people can't even afford to go to school anymore, and there's this like crazy debt that they're coming out with. The second reason is also obvious. There's budget cuts, and classes are being closed, and people can't get into the courses they want to get the skills they need. But the third thing that I observed in the unemployment lines, which was something even more worrisome, is that there's this tremendous disconnect between the employers and the evolving skill sets that they need, and then the education and training institutions and what's being taught. And there's really no overlap. And so what I saw is that we're training people in skills that are no longer relevant for jobs that no longer exist. And this trend is only getting worse. Did you know that the top 10 in-demand jobs in 2010 did not exist in 2004? As an example, Staples used to sell staples. That was easy, right? Now they sell laptops and smartphones and routers. And so the typical high school kid, community college kid walking in and off the street trying to get a job now needs a completely new set of skills to actually get that entry-level position. And most people don't realize that. So this is happening across industries and across all job levels. The skill bar has been raised, and people aren't aware of it. On top of the changing needs on the employer side, young people are also shifting jobs much more frequently. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, today's learner will have between 10 and 14 jobs by the age of 38. So that means, for my generation, we're going to be shifting jobs very quickly, have to pick up new skills, and then quickly navigate to the next one, pick up new skills, and it's constantly going to be this process of continuous learning. The worker of the future is the continuous learner. We can no longer rest on the skills we got before. The degree is stale. The credentials are old. It's about continuous learning. But how are we going to keep training people in these new skills? How are we going to keep being in sync with what the employers actually need? How are education organizations going to keep up? So in trying to understand what the potential solution to this challenge was, I realized that the only entity who can tell people what skills they have to know are the employers themselves. So I founded LearnUp. And LearnUp is a website that provides access to training directly from the employers for jobs. So we signed up a bunch of employers, and they tell you what you have to learn to get the job. I'll show you how it works. As an example, Staples is one of the employers. They have a position for a copy center associate, And with every job title or job opening, there are a series of training modules that are posted that go with that job title. And so job seekers from community colleges, unemployment offices are coming to the site. They go through the job training modules, track it on a profile, and as soon as they're done, send that resume to the employer, and they're able to get hired, because for the employer, they're coming in with the skills that the employer actually wants. And for the job seeker, for the first time ever, they actually know, what they have to learn to get hired. But what's so breakthrough about this is that it's all leveraging the internet. The education is free. These are YouTube videos, Khan Academy, TED Talks. There's no reason to be charging for training anymore. All information is accessible to anyone, anywhere, at no charge. And so the beauty of this is it's just employers posting a few links to give people an indication of what they have to know to be hired for this job. So far, we've got a great group of employers working with us in these early days, but this is just the beginning. We're not just launching a startup, we're launching a movement to reskill America. This is not just a website, this is really a tool to unleash human potential. It's been remarkable watching with these early employers to see, as they put up a few links of training, how people are so motivated to learn up, get it? Learn up in advance before they apply for the job. And it's been inspiring. People are getting hired, veterans, community college kids, all kind, when you just give them a chance. So I'm here today to extend the invitation. We're just at the beginning. We launched this year the Clinton Global Initiative America, and we're on a kind of a movement to take this across the country. We'd love to invite more employers to join us in this mission to solve America's skills gap. Please contact me at my email address or find me afterward, and let's do this together, because we can actually lift a generation up and help them have the skills they need and train the next workforce, the 21st century. Thank you.